This bill would just require the Board of Unemployment Fund Financing to meet in the event that the outstanding loan debt is, well, I had the number written down somewhere. Maybe it's $300 million. If we owe more than $300 million to the feds, then the Board of Unemployment Fund Financing, which is chaired by the governor, is required to at least meet to consider bonding, and if that would be a better route to go than continuing to borrow from the feds. Because, say, for instance, if we had, we got almost $1 billion in debt, I believe, at the height of the recession. Let's say, I think the most recent federal unemployment tax loss was like $150 million or $140 million that the businesses had to pay. Well, if the loan balance was only $50 million and the state was not able to repay that, the employers would still lose their credit, and it could be to the tune of $150 million. Well, the difference between the $50 million we owed and the $150 that the employers are billed basically just goes into the Federal Unemployment Trust Fund, and the businesses don't get any credit for that. And so it can make a lot of sense if we're in that kind of a situation, where to possibly go out and issue private credit instruments. So that's the Board of Unemployment Fund Financing portion of the bill. The other portion of the bill is it indexes the duration of unemployment benefits to the unemployment rate. So the lower the unemployment benefits are, the lower the unemployment rate is, the shorter the duration of benefits is. So if the unemployment rate is below 6%, the floor on benefits would be 13 weeks, and if it's at or above 9%, then the benefits would last 20 weeks. Now, obviously, the federal government has they can authorize federal benefits, which could extend that, as long as they wanted to. But this would be the portion that the state would be responsible for. The goal of this, Missouri is the only state that has had to borrow in each of the last 5 recessions. We're the only state. Other states have had to borrow in some of the recessions. I think most of them did, probably in the recession of 2008. But going back to the recessions before that, this is a recurring problem for Missouri, and which is why I think we need to address this specifically. So, like I said, obviously, if the economy is doing better, benefits would not be as long, would not last as long, and that would help preserve fund balance in the Unemployment Trust Fund. The last provision of the bill would raise the cap, or basically raise the balance that would be required to be in the fund before employers got a reduced rate that they pay into the fund. Currently, the balance that is necessary to be in the fund before we get a rate reduction, I think, is $600 million. And then they get another reduction, or the employers get another reduction when the balance is greater than $750 million. We're going to raise those two numbers by $120 million in this bill if it passes. So the first break would come when the fund balance is at $720 million, and the second break would come when the fund balance is at $870 million. So those are the 3 provisions of the bill. I think it's really important that we do something to fix the trust fund. I figured this was a good starting point since this bill was passed and sent to the governor last year and came within 2 votes of being law on the House side. And so with that, I will answer any questions.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, Tracy King, registered lobbyist for the Missouri Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and we'd like to go on record in support of the bill. This is the exact bill this committee voted out, Senator Kehoe's Senate Bill 220 on March the 4th, so just a couple of weeks ago. Representative did a great job explaining the bill. Just some highlights from my testimony a few weeks ago, in that it's all about creating some solvency within the fund for the future. Had Missouri not paid off the debt, the employers not paid off the debt by November of last year, employers would have had a $184 million tax increase on top of what they were already paying in unemployment taxes. So this is a very significant issue for our employers, and it's very important. We ask for your support. Thank you.
Thank you.